Hi guys, welcome back to Sheri Approved, and I'm so super excited about this video because I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but skincare takes time and I like to test products first before really sharing my thoughts and opinions. And today's video is like a two-in-one. One, it's going to be a one brand review, and the second thing is I'm going to talk about some products that has been skincare game changers for me over the last 2 to 3 months. I know that's a big claim, especially when I use so many products, but yeah, you really need to watch this video, okay? So the brand that I'm going to talk about today is a brand called Cos De Baha. I have heard nobody, zero people, like nil personas, talk about this brand, whether it's on YouTube or social media and so on. I came across this brand completely on my own because I'm always searching for the next thing to try, the next thing to introduce to some of you. And I discovered Cos De Baha, and it appears as though, from research I found that they are very brand spanking new Korean brand. It's a small company. They are around for just over 1 year, and that could be why not many people know about them. They also I haven't seen them doing like a lot of PR things. They're now trying to get into that so that influencers or people will start talking about their products. So I literally discovered them on my own one day, scrolling through Amazon, doing research, that kind of thing. And I have tried like quite a few things from them, and I still have some things to try. And so far I have been in love with this brand. Now, first of all, their packaging is very simple. They have bottles in just plain, paper boxes and so on. But to me, the formulation is what has been getting me and has been making these products really effective. They're simple. Number two, they are very affordable. They have serums really from around generally the $9 US range up until, I think, probably the most expensive thing I've seen is about $15 or $16 US, which is excellent. So they are budget friendly and they have been effective. I'm going to talk about the 4 products that has really stood out to me. Now, these are not the only 4 products from Cos De Baha that performs well or works well. These are the ones that has been in my skincare routine the longest, the ones that I've seen like real results with, that I want to introduce to you. I have some others that I am using and currently testing, so we might have a part 2 of this video as I go along, because I really don't want to recommend something that I haven't properly tested. So the first thing, and I know you're going to bawl at me when you all see me talk about this, because I have like raved. I've gotten so many people on this, and rightly so. The CosRx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence is an amazing product. It literally transformed the whole Snail Mucin kind of landscape, because nobody had a product that had so much of the ingredients in it, and so that you could really benefit, go get the benefits of Snail Mucin. And for those of you who don't know and you're like, snail on my face, yeah, you need to get with it. Like, it's a huge thing in K-beauty, in Korean beauty, Korean skincare, because Snail Mucin is not only very repairing to the skin, it helps the elasticity of the skin. If you are dealing with things like wrinkles or dryness, it's going to help to seal in moisture and that kind of thing. But not only that, if you have acne or breakouts, it helps with the healing process and the repairing of the skin. It's been really amazing for that. But Cos De Baha has their own Snail Mucin. Now, they call it the Snail Mucin Hyaluronic Acid Serum. They call it a serum, but I use this as an essence step. And why I use it as an essence step? Because the consistency is almost the exact same thing as I'm accustomed to with the CosRx. And you all know, like, I think I've gone 3 or 4 bottles of that CosRx. I have one in my desk in the study. I have one in my skincare drawer. I have one in Hadassah's room. Yeah, currently I have 3 bottles. Open, they're all almost like at this stage, almost done. So I will use it out, but I have not picked that up for more than 2 months. I have been using this consistency as my morning essence, and I have been in love with this now. It's a larger pump, and let me show you the consistency of this versus the CosRx. So, by the way, before I forget, while the CosRx has 96% Snail Mucin, and that's like the real base of that product, this one has only 83%. But why this has won me over is because it has 83% Snail Mucin, but it also has Niacinamide. Hello, 2 for 1. Fantastic for morning, because niacinamide is an ingredient that I want in my skincare, not only for brightening, but because it helps control sebum production throughout the day. So watch the consistency of that. That's the Cos De Baha. and watch the consistency of, oh gosh, if I could get it out right, of the Cosrx. You could see that the Cos De Baha is a little bit runnier than this one, but when you pull both of them, you're going to see the kind of stringiness. That's from the Snail Mucin, and they both absorb really, really nicely to the skin. In fact, when I use the Cos De Baha one, I can't really tell the difference in terms of application, how it feels, how smooth, how hydrated it makes your skin feel, and it wears beautifully under my makeup. This and one of the other products that I'm going to talk about has also been really, really helpful, and that's something that I noticed about Snail Mucin in terms of clearing up marks that you get from pimples or acne, like right after they've gone down, and those dark marks. I find it's especially effective to lighten those things when you start applying Snail Mucin directly on the skin at that point. That and something else that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I am in love with this. Love this. It works, like I said, beautifully under makeup. And if you finish your Cosrx, you could probably try this, compare it, and you'll let me know what you think. Honestly, it's not that I'm going to say that one is better than the other. I still love both. I just find what I like about this is the edge with the niacinamide mix in this. And again, the formulation of this is beautiful. The Snail Mucin is the first thing, obviously, because it's 83% of the formula, and niacinamide is actually the fourth ingredient. This also has glycerin, so it's a really, really lovely humectant. Two things are actual serums, and they come in like these bottles. And the first one I'm going to talk about, which might be probably the simplest one out of the lot, is their Glycolic 10 AHA serum. I don't have to talk much about this. You all know that I recommend glycolic acid. You all know I recommend it because it's an AHA. It helps to chemically exfoliate your skin, keep your pores clear. It also helps if you're dealing with pigmentation issues in the skin to, generally get those layers of old skin cells off the skin and reveal new, brighter skin. But this formulation, the first ingredient is purified water. The second ingredient is glycolic acid. But it continues with some beautiful extracts and so on. And again, the formulations of Cos De Baha is what really, really has me enjoying their products. Now, you would realize that there are a lot of brands coming out with similar formats like The Ordinary. Taking one ingredient and putting focus on that so that you could treat specific things. And Cos De Baha is kind of like that, except that they have been throwing in one or two little extra things into the mix that I think is boosting the effectiveness of the particular ingredient that they are focusing on. And that's, similar with this as well. So I have been using this for quite a while. I think, in fact, this was probably the first Cos De Baha product that I put into my skincare routine. I finished my Paula's Choice AHA gel and some other glycolic serums, and this has been the one that I have been using. I featured it in my nighttime skincare routine video, and you could see it's a clear gel-like liquid. I will use this maybe 3 times for the week based on how I'm rotating my serums, and it works good. It keeps my skin, it keeps texture down. I have been noticing for the last 2 to 3 months, especially that around my menstruation, where I would usually have a lot of breakouts, I'm actually getting no breakouts at all, or like really, really small one or something. And I think it's the combination of these things that has been in my skincare routine. So that's the glycolic acid. If you're looking for one, it's a good one to try, and I find that it has not dried out my skin at all. I will actually sometimes put a hydrating serum on top of that, or after that just go straight with my night cream and I'm fine. I'm not getting any dry patches or anything like that. The next serum that I'm talking about is this one, and this is when I said, aha, Cos De Baha, I hear you. This is their Salicylic BHA 4% serum, and I use the Ordinary Salicylic 2% for a while. Salicylic is, I think, a little bit nicer on the skin than benzoyl peroxide in terms of spot treating acne, because benzoyl peroxide tends to dry out the skin a little bit more. Now, Salicylic can do that, but it tends to be a little bit more gentle, and the Ordinary has a lovely formulation that I noticed did not dry out the skin, and I've used it and I've recommended it. But then when I saw this, I got interested because the Ordinary is a 2%, and in general you will see Salicylic 2% formulas, but this one is a 4% serum. And when I tell you, this is one of the reasons why I think my acne has not been as bad. So what I will usually do is from the time I am coming up to that time when it's almost close to my period, or when I know I will start to break out, I start applying this on my chin area. Or if I start to feel anything wanting to say, hey, look, my hair are coming up, I will start to apply that. And this, again, same clear kind of gel-like substance. This one's a little bit thicker, but I always tell people in this, like a little bit goes a long way. You see the little bit I put there, and look, watch this. That's going to go really, really fast. So you don't have to use a lot of this. Even if you have to apply this over your whole face, like maybe a good solid full 1.5 drops, probably to 2 drops will probably cover your entire face. So this will also last a while, and this has been really, really effective. Now, the first ingredient in this is aloe, and I love that because I don't know if that's kind of buffering or helping any dry effects that you may have, but it's really helping this product work well. It's not drying out your skin at all. The skin feels nice, and it's very, very effective. Now, that being said, I have tried this. This is a Paula's Choice called Resist BHA 9. This is a 9% Salicylic serum, and all, yeah, I could peel this away. I am so mad because this is not cheap. It's on the pricier side. I love Paula's Choice. There are quite a few products from Paula's Choice that I actually recommend, and I picked this up to try and test, you know, for the people who felt like they needed something a little bit stronger than the ordinary 2% Salicylic. And this so disappointed me. First of all, the packaging, it just don't work. Everything is go all over the place. And second of all, this did absolutely nothing for me. I found the ordinary one more effective. So this is a dump. This, however, phenomenal on breakouts. And the last product from Cos De BAHA that I'm going to talk about, that my sister started using first, and she was like, Sheri, why you ain't tried this yet? And I was like, yeah, but you know, she's like, Sheri, why haven't you tried this yet? And that's the Cos De BAHA Azelaic acid. Oh my Lord, like seriously. Now, the Ordinary has an azelaic acid suspension, and a lot of people have been getting good results with that. But some people have experienced like a little bit of an itchy feeling on their skin when they use that. You're not going to get that with this like 000 irritation. But yeah, I just throwing that out there. So you all may not see me talk about so much the Ordinary's one, because this one I think is superior. It is also a 10% formulation. The base is also aloe and azelaic acid. The 10% is the third ingredient. This is right up there, and it has lovely ingredients. This is also buffered with niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. So again, you see that Cos De BAHA is choosing an ingredient to be the star, but then they are put in some support and lovely things that are working amazingly. So now, why do you need azelaic acid in your skincare routine? Because as I probably can't pronounce this, so I'm not going to say it, but it's not the same type of acid like an AHA or a BHA that we know, like in terms of glycolic and lactic and salicylic. And azelaic acid is a naturally found acid. It's produced by an yeast. It could be found in natural things like barley and rye and that kind of thing. But it's how it works on the skin. So number one, it's anti-inflammatory. So it's going to help with the redness and any swelling of the skin. You know, some breakouts, like if you look at it, the skin is actually swollen. It's going to be very, very effective of that. This is like what they call, or some dermatologists call, the unsung hero, because dermatologists will actually recommend this to their patients, sometimes in a little bit higher formulation, maybe a 15% or a 12% and so on. 10% is what you're going to get over the counter. The second thing is that this is very, very effective for rosacea. In fact, it's a lot of times recommended for that. It's very, very calming to the skin. Number 3, keratin is one of the proteins that build up on the skin and can actually clog pores. Azelaic acid gets rid of that, and it deals with that. So that's why it's one of the things that's recommended for people who are dealing with acne, that it's going to help get rid of that keratin buildup and help to keep your pores clear in a different type of way than the AHAs and the BHAs would work. But the other thing, people, this deals with hyperpigmentation or pigmentation issues, so the dark spots. This has made a huge difference in how quickly my dark spots fade, especially after post-acne marks. So this, along with this, that is the combo right there that I have been using. Yes, I use my vitamin C in the morning, but these two I have seen like accelerated how nicely those dark marks fade. And I'm talking about this especially after the breakout. So this is like the marks that you get like right after. I haven't tried it on very old scars, but I find that immediately those dark spots, you will see a difference within like 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes even less, with azelaic acid and that snail mucin. In fact, any snail mucin, but this azelaic acid has just been phenomenal. The formulation of this, and this is my sister was like, oh God, you see how nice your skin is feel with this thing? Like, again, a nice clear gel, but your skin is feels so hydrated, so smooth. Like if you apply anything else on top of this, it goes on like a dream. It's almost like this does what an essence is supposed to do as well in terms of preparing your skin, but forget about that. That's just like an added benefit. Oh, and one more thing I completely forgot. This is completely safe during pregnancy and breastfeeding. I know the mummies and the pregnant girls are always like, oh my God, what can I use in my acne, especially when you're having a hormonal breakout, because you can't use the salicylic, you can't use retinoids. You need this in your life. This thing is just amazing, and I think almost everybody need to try it. No, seriously, no. If you have one of these issues. If you want brighter skin, if you want to reduce the keratin buildup, you want to reduce texture, come on now, somebody say amen. Like seriously, this has been so good for me, and I'm like encouraging you all to try it. But Cos De Baha, like, you all keep your eyes peeled. They have some good stuff, and I'm so excited about the other things that I have to try from them. Yeah, and I'll keep you guys posted. I know this video is a little bit long, but I'm so excited. I just wanted to share with you the information that I've had about these products and how they've really changed my skin in the last 2 to 3 months. Anybody has tried it, I'm going to link them below. You could also DM me if you want to get some of these things here in Trinidad. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.